But as the title says, off-season rankings.
Yeah.
So we'll go through quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end, give our top 5. I'm also going to say what the current sleeper ADP is.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up the camera a little bit. All right, So again, this is the sleeper top 5 based on ADP, and again, we're talking if we need format, super flex, 12 teams, pretty much regular scoring PPR.
Before we go down this road, I do want to throw this out real quick because it might piss you off a little bit.
All right.
Our buddy Jackson just traded a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Did you see where his ADP is and where he's at as far as the rankings, as far as quarterbacks?
Oh, on my list, without even saying the name, yeah, on my list, he's even higher than what he's currently his current ADP.
He's the top quarterback on Sleeper right now. He's number 1.
Yeah, or on mine, he's number 2 in a startup.
Okay, yeah, I went to Big Dogs. Yeah, he's the first quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, obviously, not super flexible.
Well, or is that last year you're looking at, 2023? Like,
No, that's right
finished
now.
first? Okay.
Because I didn't go to all. Because this is just on that new league that I invited you to, right?
Yeah.
So this is the rankings. So I just went over to quarterback to look. He's number 1 for quarterbacks going into the league this year.
Yeah. Well,
for like a regular league, right?
Oh. Okay, so maybe
Dynasty's a little different.
Yeah, Dynasty. Yeah, we're talking Dynasty.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Jackson.
No, Kobe.
I was gonna say
take with the 4th pick, but yeah, we're giving rankings, and we're not really talking rookies, but
yeah.
So sleepers top 5. Quarterbacks for a Dynasty Superflex: Mahomes, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, and Lamar Jackson. All right. I'll say my top 5.
Yeah.
So Josh Allen,
Okay.
Mahomes,
Okay.
Stroud,
Okay.
and then Herbert, and then Lamar Jackson. So my top 5 hasn't actually changed a whole lot in the last year. Just Stroud has obviously gone way up after the crazy year he had, being a rookie,
right,
on a bad team that just got better.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So
I don't hate it. I feel like
my biggest reach is
Herbert
because they got him way too low. They got him below fucking Caleb Williams and Richardson. What the fuck?
What
did he do to get so much lower? He was hurt.
His coach now?
No.
I think it's the coach factor. That's why he's so low. He's not gonna throw as much.
We'll
he doesn't have wide receivers at the moment.
Well, you were just talking up Quentin Johnston.
Shut up.
You were just saying he's gonna be the.
We'll get to that.
Okay. What's your top 5 quarterbacks? If you're doing a startup today.
Yeah. So all right. So I don't have these necessarily in order, but Josh Allen, Mahomes, Stroud, Anthony Richardson. And I'm between 2, but I would rather, if I'm gonna choose between Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow, I'm going Joe Burrow.
Even with the injuries.
I think he
playing in cold weather too all year.
I think he's better overall. Plus, he has Jamar Chase.
And I mean, if I'm starting a franchise, I think I want Joe Burrow over Lamar. But playing fantasy, you got the rushing yards with Lamar.
Joe Burrow can run when he wants to.
Yeah, and then get hurt.
Twice.
Lamar, just won another MVP.
Twice. Okay. But, like, Lamar is super inconsistent. You'll have 40 one week, and then you'll have 10 the next. I'd rather have that consistent.
Think about it if it's best ball.
Well, okay, but if you're playing like a dynasty, maybe even a super flex, I'd rather have at least one consistent quarterback, and then you can have the flyer on somebody like Anthony Richardson, who's going to give you a shit ton of points or whatever.
Yeah, or bust. even worse than Lamar. Okay.
You're too hard on
so
Anthony Richardson.
You said it wasn't really top 5, but I feel like it was kind of in order. You're not going to put Richardson in front of Stroud, Allen, or Mahomes. You really got to think about that?
Well, hold on.
Well, you got to think about that.
Well, I was thinking about the beginning part because I would prefer to have Patrick Mahomes over Josh Allen. Right.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
And then if we're talking startup dynasty, I think I'd rather have Stroud over all of them.
And I'm a Stroud guy, so I'm not going to say that's a hot take.
But only because...
Over both of them, too. He plays in a dome.
Yep.
Shitty division. And has been for however long I've watched football.
And age. And he has a better team around him.
He's got 4 or 5 years younger than those two.
So, only because age and better team, I would take Stroud over all of them in a startup. Now, if you're a couple years in, maybe it's like how we have it, right? You win 3 years and then you're done. I'd probably still take Mahomes or Josh Allen. But if it's a full-on dynasty, you're going to be with these guys for fucking 10 years, I'm taking Stroud.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't hate him. I feel like I'm surprised because again I'm the big Stroud guy.
Yeah.
You're.
I wouldn't be taking Lamar. Though,
so basically, those in like your top 5, those are like a top 3.
Yeah.
That's like one tier, and then below is Richardson, Burrow, and Lamar.
Yeah, because Lamar is just there, right? And he's definitely 6, if not in that 5.
Yeah. So I guess I'm kind of the same. But again, Herbert is like an awesome value here, and Kyler Murray. I don't know how the fuck he's 24, but we're not talking value, or we're just top 5. Let's move on to running backs, unless you got something else to say.
Well, I was gonna say because if you add the value portion to the top 5 ranking, then I can definitely see where you can make the case for Herbert because he's so low on the ADP. Nobody's even thinking of him for a while.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's there yet.
Yeah.
He might need another year or two.
And then I guess maybe one guy we could talk about, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
He's number 4. He wasn't in either of our top 5s.
Yeah. I debated it, but...
So, yeah, I thought at the end of last year he finally got a little exposed. I don't think he's going to be able to run forever.
No.
So I don't want to mess with him. Especially, okay... In redraft, I would probably have him top 5, but in dynasty, I don't really want to screw with someone like him.
Right.
Basically,
I kind of worry a little bit that with Jason Kelsey being gone, that veteran center that kind of guides Hurts a little bit, and then helps him a ton for those 4th and 1 tush push stuff. I think that's gonna hurt Jalen going into this year without that vet.
Yeah, I don't know, Colby, if you're watching her, did they ever outlaw the tush push?
No,
they I feel like they would have by now if it was going to be outlawed. So okay,
just the hip
so
drop.
That's still a thing.
So, but I don't think it's going to be as effective without Jason Kelsey because he kind of runs that play.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Obviously, Jalen puts his body on the line, but if the snap doesn't go perfectly, Jason doesn't go as flat as he does. There's a lot of factors that go into that, and that's why most of the teams can't do it. I don't think Jalen's going to be as successful without being saved on that 4th and 1.
Yeah.
So I agree there.
Yeah. And long story short for me, it's injuries, and I kind of feel like end of last year we got a little exposed passing-wise.
Mm-hmm.
We'll flip the running backs here. All right.
Okay.
Again, Dynasty, Superflex, we're talking running backs for a startup. The sleeper top 5 is Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, and then Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
You wanna give your top 5?
Yeah.
Or else I got mine. I can say mine.
Go ahead with yours for a
Okay.
second.
So Brees Hall number 1, Bijan 2, Jahmyr Gibbs 3, and then this is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
Because 4 and 5 is kind of interchangeable between Travis Etienne and Christian McCaffrey. And I know you're gonna say something about the age. McCaffrey's 27. I know.
I'm putting him in my
I feel like he is one running back that could push the 30 and get 3 more good seasons out of it.
Yeah.
After last year. And 49ers, they're still going to be good for a while. So he would be lower end of my top 5, but he's still, I can still see him basically playing as long as ETN and being effective. Not a backup, not a practice squad guy, but being legit.
Okay. Running backs was the hardest for me for my top 5.
Yeah.
And even now, I was still kind of debating it because there's just a couple guys where it's just like, I don't really want to put them there, but I have them there and I don't know. But I'm with you, CMC. He's too good not to have in your top 5. Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, and then I don't have Brees Hall actually in my top 5.
Dude, he's 22.
Devon A-Chain.
All
I
right.
have him. He's too explosive. He was too explosive to not have to pick him up going into the startup this year.
So you would advise people to take
They just took another running back
over Brees Hall.
They just took another running back.
Who, the Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Braylon Allen's good.
Yeah,
But he's going to be a backup.
For how long? Until Brees Hall wants a new contract, and then he's getting traded.
What about A-Chain? And they just
Miami's
drafted a new
been-
running back there.
A-Chain was
Guy out of
too good.
Tennessee, and you got Raheem Mostert.
Mostert's not even good.
Okay. So, moving on a little bit, we had a comment on TikTok the other day that Jahmyr Gibbs is not top 10. And,
Bogus.
you're the Jahmyr Gibbs guy.
Have it from the start.
I would be okay with someone arguing he maybe is a better value than Bijan. But I'm still Bijan over him, but still top 5. What the fuck are you talking about? The dude was just like the 8th overall pick in the second to last draft.
Well, okay, not only that, he played half the season. He was running back 10 by the end of it.
Yeah.
I
thought he was even better.
At least on mine it said running back 10. But he only played half the season. To go all the way past all the other running backs, because there was 1,000 running backs last season, and then you finish RB10 and play fucking maybe 10 games.
And he was kind of playing more over David Montgomery at the end, like getting more snaps. And even more importantly, getting more snaps in the red zone because then you get touchdowns, obviously easy points.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think the person that commented that maybe didn't pay attention to the end of his season.
Anything.
But yeah.
Here's a hot take that'll piss you off. I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs over Bijan any day of the week. If I have the first overall pick and I'm only given those 2 choices, I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs.
So just say Jahmyr Gibbs is your number 1 overall.
Oh, I love
dynasty running back.
100%. 100%.
All right.
Over CMC, Bijan.
Well, over CMC, that's not a hot take.
Yeah.
Maybe redraft.
I'd probably take Bijan over CMC.
What about Jahmyr Gibbs over CMC in a redraft league?
Yeah.
It's close, but no.
Okay, how many times has CMC made it through a full season? Twice, 3 times?
He touches the ball a lot.
Oh.
Passing and catching.
I need my running back to last all season. Why is
it helps when you're the backup half the year.
Okay, but here
And
here's how I can
missed
prove
a game or two.
Here's how I can easily prove my point here. What is the only reason I have not won a fantasy football tournament? What's the only reason?
Because you suck at the end?
No! Because of injuries! I need my star players to last all year. If I draft CMC, he's not lasting all year.
How long is he going to last?
2 weeks! Maybe!
So Jackson would get better luck with him?
Tell Jackson to draft CMC. I guarantee you he doesn't. He's been just hurt so many times from CMC, it's insane.
The absolute worst first round pick he ever did was like your first year playing David Montgomery. In the first round, the dude got like a wrist injury, IR the rest of the year. That was even worse than any CMC year. But all right, moving on. Wide receiver.
Okay.
Sleeper top 5 wide receiver: Justin Jefferson,
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Again, we're talking dynasty, not redraft.
Mm-hmm.
My top 5 would be these 5 guys, just slightly different order. Just like last year, Jamar Chase would still be 1, CD 2. I'll go with JJ 3, but
Okay.
he's very close to 5, and I'll explain why later. And then yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown still in a good offense. Goff just signed a big deal there, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. But I won't be surprised a year from now if Harrison is like number 1 in my dynasty wide receiver rankings. But yeah, Justin Jefferson. So we have a quarterback problem in Minnesota here, and
You don't have a quarterback problem. It's fixed. It's fixed. It's fixed.
we need to see.
It's fixed.
When you look at Justin Jefferson's numbers last year too, with Kirk Cousins, all his finishes were top 10.
Yep.
Without Kirk Cousins, only 2 of the 5 weeks he played were top 10 finishes, fantasy points wise. So
I still think he was kind of nursing the injuries a little bit, but yeah.
and could have been, but yeah, I'm still just nervous about our quarterback situation and basically all that. And if JJ isn't the guy, then we're screwed. Now again, I don't think a bad season. It would be tough for him to drop out of the top 5 even after a bad season. Yeah, but yeah, what's your top 5?
Yeah. Jefferson is my number 1 with a bullet. It's not even close. And CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, and then Jamar Chase. I debated on actually Jamar Chase being more 6 and actually putting A.J. Brown in there instead. Only because of the drama with the Bengals currently and seeing how that shakes up. I think he's one of the better wide receivers in the league, but dynasty-wise, you have to consider the off-the-field stuff, and the off-the-field stuff is getting in the way of the Bengals currently. Now that can easily get fixed, but Jamar was also throwing temper tantrums last year because he was pissed off at Joe Burrow.
And other Joe quarterbacks they had in there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, early on he didn't get a lot of balls, and then he started to, or something like that. But, yeah, no, if I'm picking a wide receiver, I need a quarterback.
Yep.
Sorry, and Justin Jefferson does not have a quarterback, so
He does have a quarterback.
He's a big time avoid from me.
He's a brand new shiny quarterback that can throw while he's jumping in the air and shit.
So otherwise with Marvin Harrison Jr., you're just nervous. There's that chance he's a bust.
Yeah, it's just more I gotta wait and see. And it depends on where he is As far as while you're drafting, right? Because there's where that value is. I don't know where he's falling currently in startups. Is he like round 1, 2, 3?
Like just outside of round 1. 13.
I'm
So in a 12 team, yeah, he'd be 13 at the beginning of 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be taking him there. To me, that's too much risk on a rookie.
Yeah.
And I know you love Kyler. I don't love Kyler. And so that's what makes me nervous. So that's why I don't have him there. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
I could easily be proven wrong by week 2. So with that,
and you brought up the rounds too. Like if you wanted to argue, you want some younger receivers. There are definitely better ones at better value. Chris Olave, a few rounds. Drake London.
Yeah.
Yep. I think those are 2 guys that can put up similar numbers these next couple of years.
Right. And I just like, I threw Puka Nacua in there because he's the one that stands out the most, being one of the more younger talents and stuff like that too. He had a great season last season.
Yeah.
And I feel like he can only go up.
I'd like to see Cooper Kupp move on though to a new team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not take up any targets. And the quarterback there is getting older, and
yep. So there's a little bit of that, but I feel like I don't know. I think Stafford will still be around for a little bit here. I think he wants one more ring. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully. And top 5 tight ends. All right, on sleepers rankings, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, Dalton Kincaid, Travis Kelce. That is the top 5, and then Kyle Pitts falls at 6. So my top 5 tight ends for a dynasty, startup, dynasty value, whatever you want to call it. Pitts, obviously number 1, Laporta 2, McBride 3, Kincaid 4, and I debated this for hours today between Kelce and Brock Bowers for 5, and ultimately I would go Kelce just for the argument that later on you could trade him, where if Brock Bowers, quarterback situation there is the worst in the league. If he starts off slow, no one's giving you anything for him.
Wait a second.
And why are you giving me that look?
Go back to with that top 5 again. I don't think I heard a name on there.
Okay, Kyle Pitts 1.
Okay.
Sam Laporta 2.
Okay.
Trey McBride 3.
Okay.
Kincaid 4.
Okay.
Kelce 5.
That's what I thought.
No Brock Bowers. He'd be 6.
No, that's fine.
No, TJ.
Oh, no my God.
No quarterback.
Oh, my God. Pitts has been in your top 5 for dynasty tight ends since he got drafted, and he's never had a quarterback. And he's done nothing. He's done nothing since he's joined the league. TJ Hawkinson has been the top 3 easily tight ends for most of the season. Now, granted, he is going to miss 4 to 6 weeks this upcoming season. But this is dynasty. This is a long play. This is a marathon. For a starter, he has to be at least number 2. What the? Okay.
Okay, but one of these guys used to have Kirk Cousins, and now one of them does.
Okay, why was Kyle Pitts in your top 5 for the longest time, and he's never had Kirk Cousins?
Because of the talent.
What talent?
None of these guys are as fast or as big or...
TJ Hawkinson is like one of the biggest tight ends in the league.
No, Pitts is bigger.
Oh my! Pitts sucks. He can't catch a ball.
Okay. So is Kyle Pitts a top 5 dynasty tight end?
No, he's like last. I'm not taking him.
Last.
He could be the last pick of the draft, and I still won't fucking take his ass. He has proven nothing. Absolutely nothing since he's joined the league. He had maybe 3 or 4 decent games his rookie year. Other than that, he has done nothing.
And I always bring up the stat though, his rookie year, second most yards by a rookie tight end, passing yards.
What's he done since? What have you done for me lately?
Well, that's what you're going to be saying about the Vikings receivers here soon. When they have no quarterback.
They have to.
Yeah. Well, sorry, no good quarterbacks.
They got JJ McCarthy. You can hate him all you want. When he runs for a touchdown, when he's slinging the ball,
if he's going to run for him,
I want
TJ's not gonna
a
get points for
public.
that.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. Minnesota Vikings on the podcast.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, I'll admit.
Oh my god. Pitts is nowhere close to a top 5 wide tight end right now.
Okay, what are your top 5?
Laporta, TJ. I do have Kelsey, mainly because you'll have him at least to the 2 years, and then you can always just draft somebody else. Kincaid, and then I would do Goddard because he's consistent, and I like him.
Okay. He's a ways down there, but that would be a good value for you.
He is down there, but the thing with tight ends, though, and we're going to get into this with my rant a little bit, is you can basically have, unless you have the top 1, 2, 3 tight ends, they all kind of blend together, right? Because they all put up maybe, 8 to 11, 12 points.
Yeah.
So you can kind of have whoever, and I kind of stick to the same tight ends that have either won me games or what have you. And Goddard, he's easily won me so many games just because he is steadily consistent. He's always more or less open. He doesn't really have too many bad games. He's just always there. And that's what I look at for tight ends.
Okay, consistency. But, yeah, like kind of like you said, with tight ends. That's why I always draft them, well, at least starting last year, why I won 2 redrafts. I drafted them late because they are very similar.
Yep.
So it's much better value later in the draft.
Right.
Positions where you have to have multiple starters, like wide receiver, are more important.
Right. And into when we were playing with the super flex, but with the tight end premium, right? I did the experiment. I took basically all the very, very top end tight ends, and it screwed me for half the season because they're just tight ends, right? I mean, they're good, they're semi consistent, but you're not gonna get crazy games unless you have T.J. Hawkinson or Mark Andrews when he's actually healthy.
Yeah.
You know. Nice thing is tight ends are a little more durable, so they don't always go down like Mark Andrews, but that's why he's not in our top 5 though either, because he's always
he's
hurt.
older. He's like 28 now. I can check.
If he was
28.
If he was 24,
yeah,
would
he would be over Kelsey in my top 5. At minimum, he would be,
even with the injuries. Because he screws you every time you draft him. He screws you over halfway through the year. Because then he's done for the rest of the year.
Yeah. So maybe not any higher than that. But I think Kelsey, you're going to get 2 years out of him. If he gets hurt, though, then. Yeah. But, I mean, so, again, Brock Bowers, he's going as the tight end 3 in Dynasty Startups. Wasn't in either of our top 5s.
No.
I mentioned, like, I kind of got him 6, or I had him very close with Kelsey, but ultimately for me, like, midway through the year, when his numbers suck, because he's playing for the Raiders and no quarterback, it's not going to be any... Now, if you're trying to trade for a tight end, maybe you're in a rebuild situation, try and get him for a second all day, but I see that value going down a whole lot.
Well, that, plus Michael Mayer is there. They just drafted him. And
he was a great tight end. And like just last year, people were saying, he could potentially be the tight end 1 of the last class. And,
right. The thing is, it wasn't the tight end room. It's the quarterback room now. We could sit here and make jokes with the Vikings because there's a lot of unknown and whatever. We know what we're going to get out of Aiden O'Connell. Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. Why did they not draft a quarterback? Who the fuck knows?
Part of it kind of feels like, I don't want to say tanking, but I don't know. Because tight end, Brock Bowers, how many games is he going to help him win?
Right.
So, maybe they tank, they get Arch Manning or whatever quarterback is good next year. But even then, it's another year of a rookie quarterback, and I still don't think Brock Bowers hits his big time numbers, and
right.
I don't think his value will necessarily shoot back up.
Now, there is a rumor. So this tight end, and even just our rankings in general, could actually change a lot here if this rumor turns out to be true. Because Kirk Cousins is not going to be ready week 1. They're saying it's 50-50. He might not even be ready for week 2 or 3. So if that is the case, the Raiders have expressed interest in Kirk Cousins. So and Kirk Cousins isn't very happy about the situation currently with the Falcons. So who knows what's going to happen there. But if Kirk Cousins goes to the Raiders, does Brock Bauer shoot up? Because, we know he loves his tight ends, right? And he'll probably use both Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, right?
Yeah.
Because they definitely ran a lot of 2 tight end stuff. Does he shoot up to your top 5-ish?
Yeah. He
Even with Michael Mayer?
He would be tied with probably Pitts at 3. Because I would have to bring Pitts down a little bit because of the
Michael Penix.
Yeah, just I like him, but he's a rookie.
He's still kind of
going to take
injuries.
a season or 2.
Right.
Typically, not every rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
So he'd be right around tied for 3, below Laporta and Trey McBride.
Right.
I will say Trey McBride is a guy you're sleeping on a little bit. End of last year, he killed it. Once so Zach Ertz got hurt, and then they just cut him, and he started to play more.
Yep.
And then the numbers also got better, and they won't come up on my phone because Kyler came back.
Yep.
So he had a quarterback. No offense to Josh Dobbs and whoever else they were using, but
yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I agree. He did look good. It's still Kyler, man. I just don't trust him. I know you love him. I just can't trust him. And I don't know. Cardinals in general. Whenever I've drafted a Cardinal, they have not been very good.
Well,
So I just kind of stay away from that. Just like a lot of people, when they draft, they stay away from all the Browns players. I kind of stay away from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Another, you brought up, got it for value. Another guy I'd like to bring up for value, Jake Ferguson, tight end for the Cowboys. 25 only. Clearly the starter there.
Yep.
Can catch the most balls.
Mm-hmm.
And 97 overall. So
Where's Schultz at now?
Houston.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's there with a whole lot of other wide receivers. Now, he had some nuts weeks at the end.
Yeah.
Mid to late last season.
When thinking back to our sneaky pick podcast and stuff, when we were talking about our really sneaky picks and stuff, he's always my biggest little sneak. If you can grab him, because he'll just pop off one week, absolutely for no reason. He'll have 35 points. Fucking trade him, whatever, after that, because he kind of disappears for a couple weeks. But for whatever reason, he gets nuts sometimes.
Yeah, and when we did that last year, the top 5 late round picks or whatever, there was a certain tight end I also brought up, who's the tight end 1 right now, Sam Laporta.
Yep.
But I didn't put him in the top 5 because I'm they haven't projected low, but he's going way higher.
Yeah.
So.
And even then, he went super low in some of ours, too, at that time, too.
Yeah. In redrafts, he was still going low.
Yeah.
Because people, just were sleeping on him.
Now he'll go in the first round, but...
Yeah, now everyone knows who he is.
Right.
But anyways, that'd be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Let's, you wanted to talk about a trade?
I have many trades to talk to you about.
like another stream, or you have a rant, or what do we got for time?
You can
34, 35 minutes. Yeah, we got some time.
We got some time. We got some time. So I'm gonna bring up some players, right, and tell me what you think as far as value, right? When you think of just straight rookie, like draft spots, right? Like early first, late first, mid second.
So like you'll give me a name
like
and you want me to say like the equivalent in like draft stock.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you would feel comfortable trading, right?
Okay. And then you'll tell me whatever the douchebag on there said.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Because this one really pissed me off. Austin Eckler.
Mid to late second. I'd be okay with the early second too, but not a first.
Late first.
No.
Not even like the last pick of the first.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like right around there-ish, right?
Yeah, second.
Cooper Kupp. Arguably one of the better wide receivers in the league, but older.
So he'd be a little bit higher than Eckler. Late first if you're a contender.
Yeah.
Early second.
And this is like our garbage, but Zach Wilson. Like a fourth.
Yeah.
Right.
Just a roster clogger, honestly. Just
right.
roster trash.
So that's my side of things, right?
Okay.
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, like late first.
And a 2025 third round pick. And he was offended that I did not want to take that trade. Offended. He's like,
I don't know why you... Oh, like that guy? I don't know why you don't want to do this trade.
Yes. Or...
I know who this is.
How attached to Eckler are you? I don't know. To me, he's a late first, maybe early second. Interesting. Okay. What the fuck's interesting about it? I don't know. Maybe because that's the fucking value of the player, dumbass. Not only that, right? Because you, me, and Jackson just had a pretty decent trade, right? Like, more or less, all of us got what we wanted and are happy about it, right? Because you got solid running backs.
Yeah.
I was able to move up exactly where I want to be. Jackson's doing Jackson on it. But more or less, we were all happy, right?
Yeah.
In that trade, I just gave you DeAndre Swift, right? Yeah. To move up to 3, right? Why the fuck am I going to just unload my running back room for Terry McLaurin and a 2025 third round pick?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I going to do with that?
See, the funny thing, too, with that league is, like, and this is, like, advice for everyone watching, do not super overvalue draft picks this time of year, and then during the season, they're trash.
Yeah.
Like, you and me right now are killing people because picks in that league are way overvalued.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you just had the
Aaron Jones trade?
Yeah. So to move up, so I've offered this guy a second straight up for Aaron Jones, but then to move a third to a second, to give up a third, now, like...
Right.
And now they were mid to late seconds,
yep.
like 8, 11, 12, and yours was like the 4th or something in the second round. So I guess it's maybe in his head, okay, I'm basically, now I can draft Blake Corum or something.
Right. Yeah, so for that trade, well, the end result was I get Aaron Jones and I get 301, right? Because I kind of have picks in mind for that third round, so I wanted that pick there. And then I gave him 203. So I got...
203. Yeah.
So, beginning of 2. And I was doing mocks like crazy when Jackson and I were talking because he was trying to do stupid shit with moving and stuff like that because he really wants to screw you over. But I was doing a bunch of mocks to see, okay, if I move here, move there, and stuff. With that 203, I had a couple people in mind like, hey, I'll take these guys or whatever. But it's like I wasn't happy, right? I wasn't like, I'm super pumped like if I had Jahmyr Gibbs or something like that, right? Because I was going to take a running back, and I just wasn't great super happy with those running backs right there yet. I have people in the third, though, that's like, hey, if I hit these, I'm going to look like a fucking genius. So, hey, give me all those picks. So, I was happy with that. Plus, I have Aaron Jones, who I like. You know, he gets hurt, but I have Ty Chandler. So, evens out there.
Yeah.
But, here's my rant, though. Pay attention to what the fucking value and stuff is, because you and I have to fucking reset the market with every fucking trade that we do, because people think, oh, my running back's worth 2 first-round picks. The fuck it isn't. Yeah. And then you want my running back for a third? Get the fuck out of here. And not even this year's third. Next year's third. Like, you and I send stupid trades that we know aren't going to exactly, pass, but it's like, maybe they're stupid. And we're going to get past it.
Yeah.
No, these people are actually offended that I'm not happy to accept their trades or happy that they sent me the trades. Get the fuck out of here with this stupid shit. Dude, I've gotten 15 trades in the last couple days, and they are all garbage. I want to throw up at the amount of fucking bullshit trades that I get. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I love trading. I'm a part of almost every single trade in all of our leagues. There's maybe 3 or 4 trades I'm not a part of in all of our leagues, just because
it's the ones that I'm
doing. Otherwise, as soon as somebody says, "Hey, who will give me this?" I will. After we negotiate a little bit, but I'll do it. Because that's my favorite part of fantasy football. But, dear God, if you're going to try to shove it up my ass on these stupid-ass trades, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, there's a whole lot you could hit there. And, at first, when you were talking about, I want 2 firsts for my running backs, but a third for yours. Again, that's some people during, the season. Again, it's all these picks, but then off season, I need...
Right.
I'll take any pick in the board and you can have Aaron Jones, basically.
Right.
But,
or even then, during the year, I was struggling for quarterback, right? I would have given anybody anything they wanted for a fucking quarterback. You want every single one of my picks? Take them. Give me a quarterback. Oh, no, can't do it. Now, fucking Josh Allen goes for pennies on the dollar for literally nothing. It's just...
Well, I'm not going to say nothing, but... So, there's another stream we could do.
Yeah. Bad
trades versus, ones that need to be vetoed or collusion, basically. So bad it's collusion. And... It was in the bad category for me just because Josh Allen's irreplaceable. And,
yep.
Maybe this individual was thinking, I'll just take Caleb and he'll be better. No guarantee.
Right. That's the thing. There's no guarantee. You're taking everybody knows now in the entire draft, you are taking a rookie quarterback, right? And now they're able to fill that board a little bit. Yeah. Okay. What if, as I've been saying, that Caleb's a bust? What if he is? Right? What if
he's just average? Then you just went from the best to 15th,
right? Or, and this person, right, was in the playoffs, probably
2 seed.
Yeah, probably could have made the championships if a couple things went better his way.
Yeah.
He traded his entire team.
For picks. Yeah.
Now
he's in the chat. Hey, I got second and thirds available.
Right. And now it's like, hey, rookie quarterbacks sometimes are not great for their rookie season, and sometimes they need 2 seasons to fully get in the groove of things, right? That's why they have a 4 or 5 year rookie contract to see what the fuck they can do. You just traded your entire future for rookies that you don't even know are going to be good. Yeah. But you have Josh Allen that, granted, he doesn't have Diggs anymore. He's still Josh Allen. He's still going to
get the rushing. Yep.
He's still going to throw the fucking ball. Every quarterback can throw the ball. a wide receiver is in the NFL because he can catch. He might not be Diggs, but they can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, these trades have been like pulling out my hair because some of them are so stupid, or some of them want the entire world for a 3rd round pick, and it's just like, dude, it's a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you taking?
Yeah. I forgot where I was going to go with this, but yeah, I mean, this individual is kind of holding a bag full of 2nd and 3rd round picks.
Yeah,
and
a lot of them.
I'm not making any moves for second. My team, you guys don't know, is so fucking stacked right now in this league. I just need to smash my first and boom, championship.
We'll see.
So
We'll see.
I'm just saying that I feel like as we get closer to the draft, the value of those 2nd and 3rds is going to go way down, and then they're not going to do anything, and they're going to go down even more. But
Yeah.
What's maybe another bad trade we can talk about instead of roast just one person?
Wow.
Yeah.
I got
give me
lists upon lists.
again, if you want to go player by player again, and have me react to it.
All right. How about this? Quentin Johnston,
Late first, early second.
2026 4th round pick.
Yeah, nothing.
Fucking those stupid ass.
Oh, you're saying
Yeah.
waste of time.
Yeah.
Was that me?
No.
Okay, good. Because that would be me almost just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
Not even.
Let's see here.
We can talk about our 3-way trade for a second too.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
What was the point in the 2nd round pick Jackson sent to you? There was no point in hey, I'm just trying to get my part. I'm just trying to here's my pick. Give me my running backs. I was happy.
Oh,
but
because I didn't want the 212.
Well, just in general, I thought that was unnecessary. He was giving me the better running back. Zach Moss is better than DeAndre Swift.
So
Swift is a year younger, but Moss in Cincinnati, ooh.
Right. So there's 2 things with that. One, I was wondering if Jackson was going to realize how stupid he was being.
Yeah.
But then also, I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do with that late round 2nd. But I was hoping that if I wanted to trade it, it would look a lot better if I had 210 versus 212. Right? Because if I'm looking at it, right, I'd rather have a mid-late-ish 2nd round pick versus the last pick of the 2nd round, and in my eyes, that's basically the first pick in the 3rd round, right?
Yeah, that's what everyone will be thinking when they see that. Yep.
So that's why I was like, let me at least try to move up those spots, and I knew Jackson was going to do it because he was begging for those 1st round picks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to move up just those couple spots,
yeah.
just to kind of put a little pressure on that. But then it's just like, I just didn't know who I wanted there yet.
Yeah.
Now I have an idea what I want there. So.
I was like, why is he even included this? Jackson.
Oh, I don't know why he was just going to give it to me. But
running back to me, but whatever. I don't give a shit.
All right.
So I'll explain too why I changed it a little bit is just because I said something like in the first draft it was the 1-8 instead of the 1-9.
Yep.
So when I changed that, I was like, okay, I guess so maybe Jackson should give you the 212 instead.
Right.
That was kind of my thing. Again, I didn't really care.
Right.
It's not my pick. I'm not losing it. I'm not gaining it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you move the spots a little bit just because of the sniping of the rookie wide receivers, which
you guys are gonna do.
We're all in front of you now.
You're all about JJ McCarthy until you're on the board, or until you're on the clock.
I'm not taking JJ at 3. I hope you know that. But
1.7.
Yeah, if he's there, yeah.
Perfect.
Give me your thoughts, though, on this Jackson trade real quick, right? So Jackson got, for this year, right, 105, 102, and then 208, right?
Yeah.
And then a 2026 first. Right?
Yeah.
2 years, who cares?
Yeah.
Then Grimm got Josh Allen. He got 211, and he got 109 this year. What are your thoughts on just the trade in general, right? You leave Jackson out of it, whatever. We know how Jackson trades anyway. But just if you saw that trade, somebody asked on Discord, would you do it? Your thoughts on why?
So, really, it's like he got 2 firsts in my eyes for Josh Allen. Because, like, the 1.2, that's legit.
Yep.
But then, like, going from 1.9 to 1.5, some value.
Yep.
And then picking up a 26 second or a 26 first.
Yep.
Some more value there. The second round picks in this trade, who cares?
Yeah.
Fuck off. So that's why I say I put like some value and some value together for a first. Right. And then the 1.2. So really it's like you got 2 firsts for Josh Allen.
Right.
And that's why it's kind of in the bad category for me. Yeah. But not the collusion category. So
right. No, I do think Grimm won the trade because he's still keeping a first, right?
Yeah.
Because if I have Josh Allen and you're trying to take him, I want all your first round picks.
By the way, I've already sent him a trade for Josh Allen.
All right.
But don't go and do it too. Don't forget I said that.
Well, I'm not trading my first for him. I got too good of a plan right now.
There was a video or two we did last summer before the year started where we were talking about like the top players and what we would realistically trade, and like we agreed like Mahomes, Allen, Justin Jefferson, all those guys are 3 firsts, and maybe even a little extra on top,
right?
Like a third or something, or random wide receiver or something,
right?
And that's the case here. He's more worth 3 firsts. So Jackson lost a little value.
Here's my thing too: is he chose the wrong time to trade Josh Allen, right? If he wanted to trade him so badly, he should have waited till the season was already going, right? Or at the end of last season, when obviously he was going for the championship and he lost. But if you want him gone that badly, right, and that's that, you would have gotten the entire world for Josh Allen.
Oh, dude, someone that's middle of the pack or a contender. Oh yeah, you would have gotten the 3 first,
easily. Yeah. And maybe you could probably have talked a little bit more because the desperation is there, right? Because last year, I needed a quarterback so bad, I paid everything for Justin Fields, right? Screwing me a little bit now because he's a fucking backup in to
at least begin the season.
At least begin the season. But that desperation is real in Dynasty, right? Because you have to try and win, especially with how we have it with 3, and then that's it. You need to win, and you need to win semi-soon or at least compete. If you're not competing, I mean, you're kind of sitting on the sidelines, right? He should have traded him during the year, or at least somewhere along the lines of during the draft or something, right? It's the complete wrong time because there's rookie quarterbacks coming in. Everybody wants the new thing. I want the new thing.
And that's why we were talking earlier, like I feel like in that league specifically, picks are way overvalued. There's a chance I go into the next draft and I don't have any picks. I'll just throw that out there if people are gonna way overvalue them.
Yep.
It's a great draft class, but like not every single player is going to be replaced. For everyone watching. So
right.
You got any more bad trades?
We could talk about this trade real quick, just because I haven't gotten your take on it. And then if you got some bad trades, we could talk about too. But my trade with Doom, I traded a lot for what I got, but we'll see what your take is, right? So 2024, 306 and 411, 2025 first and the fourth, and then 2026 second, and then I got 2024 107 and then 203.
Yeah. So again, you take the thirds, fourths out.
Yep.
It's really like you're just moving. You're just pushing the can back, and that's kind of why I was in the bad category because it's the 1-7. If it's like a late first for next year's first, that could be sooner. Then it kind of makes, then it's kind of a better trade. But
yeah, and I was really that trade took all day.
Yeah.
And it reached the point I was done. It's just give me the pick that I want, and then we can just like move on, type of thing. It took all day. Now I don't have a pick at all in 2025, but I have my 2 picks this year. I'm at the very beginning of the draft now after our trade and stuff like that too. So I'm happy with that at the very least. And now it's just kind of coasting and whatever. But, yeah, no, I did have to give up a lot for that. And probably be good that you don't necessarily want to be in the runnings for next year's draft because fucking you and Doom have the entire draft at this point for 2025.
I don't know how many picks he has, but yeah, I have 3 next year. 3 first.
Like 4.
Oh, yeah, so we got over half already.
Plus he has, like, I think a lot in the second, too.
And I got 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So as we speak.
So, yeah, I think you and Doom basically have the whole 2025 draft, more or less.
Yeah.
At least all the important picks. And, I mean, we'll see obviously where those are placed going into next season. But, yeah, as of right now, you guys own the draft.
Yeah.
The
worst trade, though, was still the Aaron Jones trade. Again, just because I sent the douchebag a second.
Now I get Aaron Jones.
But giving up a third, now it's an even better trade. Okay.
So...
and that dude, he's gonna say his name, but I'm trying to get his first next year. He's got no running backs after Aaron Jones. Well, Kamara, but
yeah.
There's a couple of people I looked at in the league, and I'm just like, oh my god, you got no running back.
So I sent him initially. So he sent me for that 203, right?
Yeah.
For Aaron Jones, I was like, no. I need a little more than that or whatever. But instead, I traded back with him for my 210. He's like, I'll probably take this. But is there any way I can get that 203? And then that's where I swooped in with that 3. I could have gotten an Aaron Jones just for that 210. just
I would have been even more upset, dude. Because it was like the 301.
Yeah.
So you realize he would have only been trading up 2 spots.
Yeah.
I offered him a 2.8. Oh my god.
He doesn't want to trade with you.
Why?
I don't know.
You pissed him off. You talked all this shit.
Well, everybody wants to trade with me.
No, seriously. You got like on his bad side. That dude.
I'm on everybody's bad side every fucking year, and I don't even talk.
And that was the guy too. It was like beginning of the season, he started like 7-3. Yeah. He was on Discord talking shit, and I said, "Dude, you're talking shit to all these other people. Why aren't you talking shit to him?" And then he basically lost out. I passed him up, and now I got tons of picks, and I'm gonna fucking smash him this year and beyond. But yeah, he's been real quiet since. I've maybe screenshotted a couple of trades and thrown them on there and just asked what people thought, and he was maybe like, "It's good, just wait." But well, I can ask you about a player here. I want to go about an hour. Okay, we're about there, but real quick, I get a trade for this guy about once a week. Not a player people really care about or want to hear about a whole lot, but Taysom Hill. I'll get offered like a third and fourth, like once a week. Yeah. If you were to send me a trade for Taysom Hill in players only, a 12-team best ball, what would you do?
and I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
Because if I'm fucking with you, I'm sending you 4s all day.
Yeah, 26-4, yeah.
Yeah. He'd be third. Yeah, like a mid-third.
Yeah, and it probably is where he's at. It's just like, again, on best ball, I don't want to take a guy in the third that's not going to play.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why if it was like a lineup league, normal one, then yeah, I probably would have traded him for third and fourth. But I don't know. That's the thing with best ball, yeah. But yeah.
And this is a whole other conversation with best ball redraft and stuff like that because, dude, I love best ball. Best ball's fucking my favorite thing of all time right now. And we can go into all that. But with Taysom Hill, too, because you have that factor with the quarterback tight end play. Because even then, not to give away my draft board currently, I'm debating on taking somebody in the third round that probably isn't going to play for a good chunk of the season, but I want him more as a long play. So, yeah, I mean, that's where it's like Taysom Hill, he'll get you points, but it's like how much can you balance that versus having a third where you really like the guy, but he probably won't fucking play.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah. But yeah, third, fourth, somewhere around there. Again, I get a lot of trades for him. But yep, we're at about an hour. I'll end it